Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go, because we are going to talk about parabolic moves. So, there is a theory that I want to show to you about Bitcoin and how to measure where we are in the cycle and where the top might be. That is depending on parabolic move pattern. So, let's talk about that right after the intro. Good morning, every one of you. How are you doing? I see Green Lantern is already here in the chat. GM, here is a thought. Or should I file that in my Area 51 folder? Unfortunately, I cannot see what the thought is. So your Area 51 folder would be interesting though. Unfortunately, I don't know. Maybe this got deleted by the automatics of the chat. So, anyways, we have a lot of people here already that are interested in parabolic moves. So make sure to smash up the like button to a new all-time high. That would be good. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Tick the little bell to always get notified whenever I upload a video. And if you want to support me in a non-free way, like liking and subscribing, then you can also become a rare hodler. You see all the rare hodlers here already. If you become a channel member, then you will be also here with your favorite avatar, a mint number. We have sub 30 mints. We have sub 30 OGs. We have only 4 left. 27, 28, 29. It's only 3. But anyways, that's the rare hodlers. Trucking Hank is here. Good morning to you. Knut, maybe you can do another try on your Area 51 theories. But until then, we are going to dive into parabolic moves. So let me show you what I have found. Okay. So this here is called the parabolic growth pattern, and it is outlined on the last Bitcoin cycle. And as you can see here, the person or whoever this built this put it in a way that it excludes the C19 crisis drop that we have here, but and starts on a normal level. And then we see we have some sideways action, a base forming, then a move up, a second base, where we say, okay, the second base has to have 2 touches on the parabola, then a massive run up to the third base, so where we see at the end point of base 3, the price can double in the shortest period of time, and then the fourth base is very short and results in the, let's say in the peak, in the blow off top, whatever. And then usually when this happens, the price action comes back down to the base level of number 3, of base number 3. And that is, that would have been, so this was drawn before it all happened. But that would have been very correct, because here the estimate is that the price level comes down to 18,000, and we did in fact come down to 15,000, so a little bit below that third base. And the third base at the same time is a little bit above the all-time high, or the previous all-time high, right? So very interesting here. Now there's someone, I saw this yesterday, that believes that we are already at base 3. And I want to show you why I don't think that is. But here we see it, right? So, for example, he has drawn in this from the bottom, and the parabola goes this way, and we see it here as well. And what is the comparison, or where I see it shouldn't happen, is the 2 touches on the parabola. So this base, I believe that this base, this whole base here, is base 1 and not 2. So let me show you. And by the way, we have 11 people here, so make sure to smash up the like button quite a bit. So here we have Bitcoin, right? And maybe for now we can ignore all the lines except the parabolic line here. This one, I've drawn this in, right? And I believe that theoretically, if you start this here, right, I'll also exclude the absolute trough like the first time, then you have, maybe this is even base 1, right? And maybe this is base 2 in the forming, and then you would go up like this. So you have base 1, then you have base 2, which would be touch on the parabola, and then a massive run up, base 3. Maybe the parabola needs to be a little bit more parabolic, but you get what I mean. And then you come up to the blow off top, right? Something like that. Or we are already in base 3, as this guy says. Then we are way more progressed in the cycle. But the reason why I believe that this is not the case for the parabolic move, so let's put the parabolic move a little bit more inclined, but why I don't think that this is the case for the parabolic move is because we are still pre-halving, and everything here that is outlined for the parabolic move is post-halving. So actually the halving comes in right at the moment, somewhere here in April, and then this parabolic move starts. So I think that could be an interesting theory. Good morning, G-Money and the pain hodlers. What is going on? What pain are we experiencing? Justin says quid up on the monthly, lol. No problem, right? But yeah. So yeah, let's look at what Bitcoin is doing, because I think that's also interesting. So the parabolic one, just as something to keep in mind, that we should think in those bases, right? Okay, let's talk about Bitcoin. So yesterday I talked about that I expect Bitcoin to fail to put in a new or a high here, at least for the moment, and form something like a sideways pattern, something like this, maybe, before it continues. Maybe even before it drops, right, more. So we will see how this now looks if we put a small support line in here. And it's red for now. I mean, there's no guarantees right now that this doesn't pump on the next news, on the next whale that goes in and so on, but it looks already like something that is trending down, and this could be something like this, then coming down a little bit more, maybe even to this level, and then maybe there could be more action. But I think Bitcoin really needs to cool off. Next try. Okay, there we go. I can only see it here. Funny, right? Conspiracy theory: big finance orchestrating a ledger hack to drive retail out of self-custody into the arms of crypto ETFs, so banks can become the new centralized exchanges, easy attacks. But there are other. So this ledger hack would drive them to other solutions like Trezor, right? So there are other competitors of Ledger. Could be also a competitor that did this, right? But I think that they froze the assets of that hacker. I am coming to that in a second, by the way. Okay, so my expectation, my bias at this moment here for the very short term is still bearish. Is still pullback, is still next chance for entry, is still keep dry powder together to take advantage of drop. So that is something that I expect for Bitcoin in the next couple of days and weeks to come. We know there is tax harvesting, which is one reason why this could be happening. We know that in the end, year end has usually a rally, but in the very end, it could be the opposite because of that. We know that then the January could be a little bit more reddish until the spot Bitcoin ETF decision, and this is very important as well. What if, so there is a technical chance that they can delay the spot Bitcoin ETF in January to March. And if that happens, I think a lot of people are pricing some part of the ETF in right now. And if they say at the 10th of January or something like that, they are delaying it by another 2 months, that could result in more pullback, right? So for me, more likely than not, this pullback is coming. If you are out of the market, then here, every red candle is DCA time, right? If you are completely not in. But if you already have nice comfortable bags and you don't care if it runs and you are not participating, you might as well have the patience to wait for something like this, right? And it could be nasty, as we have said yesterday. Smarty Pants says predicting at least some public approval of Bitcoin ETFs on January 3rd. Screenshot it. January 3rd, okay. We're going to keep that in mind, Smarty Pants. I will still keep in mind a low and slight possibility of them playing. I mean, it's complicated, but playing the market and delaying it again. But I think the window is open from the 2nd to the 10th or 11th or so, where they have all those deadlines, right? But yeah. If that happens on the 2nd or 3rd or whatever, then we will have a pump following that, I believe. I don't think that it is something where the news comes out and the market turns red, because too many people still don't believe that this is really happening. I think this is a buy the rumor, buy the news event. Because the narrative will be, the moment that this is approved and they're launching those ETFs, this big money is really coming into the market. Although after the news break, there will still be months and months going on until they really have set this up for retail, and retail can buy into that thing. So that is definitely happening. But in the very short term, I'm still looking at this price target to get hit at least, and then we'll see with some DCA where it's going. Okay, coming to the topic that Dr. Knut just rose. My God, that is very bright for this morning. But yeah, so Ledger posted yesterday, we have identified and removed a malicious version of the Ledger Connect kit. A genuine version is being pushed to replace the malicious file now. Do not interact with any dApps for the moment. We will keep you informed as situation evolves. Yeah, and then they say update, the malicious version of the file was replaced with genuine version around 2:35 p.m. CET. So it has been fixed, but still, you have to be careful with these things, right? So my approach on this is very conservative. I have the Ledger, use it for getting my money to wallet addresses. Sven's, by the way, said, I didn't see that, if everyone thinks a cool off for BTC, there could be no cool off. That is very true, but is really everyone thinking that, or is this just in our little channel bubble? Tito 420 is here. GM, everyone. Justin says, so glad I didn't get a Ledger. I have a Ledger, but this malicious version is for the Connect kit. So if you are interacting with dApps, that's the problem, not Ledger in general, right? Or Ledger. But if you don't like Ledger, you can go to Trezor or something like that, which is also very fine. or you can hope for the continuous support of the Ecomi secure wallet. GM bodies, MVE, what's going on? Okay, so let's see. SEC Gensler signals re-evaluation of spot Bitcoin ETFs. That's what we just talked about. So he has taken in interviews now also a bit of a stance of approving, or at least of looking at it in another way, right? So he needs to switch his narrative now to be able to approve then, so it doesn't come super out of the blue. In a recent CNBC interview, Gary Gensler, the chair of the US Securities Exchange Commission, hinted at a potential shift in the agency's stance on Bitcoin ETFs. This development comes as a wave of optimism sweeps through the crypto industry, with numerous financial giants, BlackRock, ARK Invest, Fidelity, Valkyrie, Franklin Templeton, and Grayscale eagerly waiting in the wings with their spot Bitcoin ETF proposals. And we have seen now that he's saying, seems to be, which have prompted the SEC to take a new look at these proposals. According to Gensler, the SEC is currently reviewing between 8 and 12 filings for a spot Bitcoin ETF, signaling a potentially monumental shift in the regulatory landscape of cryptocurrencies. So there was a theory also that they would even approve it before Christmas, because then afterwards everyone wants to go to holidays and not deal with this stuff. But according to what we see right now, or at least at the moment, we do not really see this happening yet. Then giant crypto market makers become active. They started accumulating 2 altcoins. I did want to show this to you, because it's 2 altcoins that I would not have expected. But here we see millions upon millions of transfers from Binance and so on of Arbitrum. So 3.9 million Arbitrum worth 4.4 million from Binance at average price of 1,114. These tokens were transferred to wallets, whale wallets. And then also, in addition, bought on OKX, WorldCoin for 7.61 million. And also here we see that they have been buying in several pieces of different exchanges for liquidity purposes, a ton of WorldCoin. So just so you are aware that also these accumulations are happening. And then we already see what could be the narrative, maybe not even for this, but for the other, for the next run, for the next bull run, is here we see, for example, Samson Mao and Serbia's Prince Philip meet with Montenegro's Prime Minister Miljoko Spajic to explore the potential of Bitcoin hydrobonds and the establishment of Bitcoin community similar to Bitcoin Beach in Montenegro. This is interesting, right? Because you have small countries evaluating what they can do with Bitcoin and use it to their advantage. After we saw El Salvador, after we saw Bhutan, Bitcoin mining, after we saw Argentina evaluating using Bitcoin against the disastrous inflation that they have. Some other countries are discussing what's going on, right? Someone said here, Serbia does not have a prince. What a prince. Hey, look, I don't know if they have a prince or not, but maybe someone mixed up the countries here, and the other countries have a prince, so that is definitely something to check, right? But officials of these countries have met to discuss Bitcoin. Then this here could be also interesting, because if we're talking diminishing returns for Bitcoin, and we are looking at the monthly returns heat map, we see, or not see, one second, we see that this is the third best performance of Bitcoin since since 2014, which is 13, end of 13. And then we have here 2017, so actually this is a typo that he has here, since 2017 cycle. So this is also the cycle where I say we are mimicking this, but then we had very good or better returns in 2020, because the mega run, the halving was in 2020. So 2023 needs to be compared to 2019. Yeah. So this is 59%, and then here it was an 89%. Definitely that would be the comparison. And then the question is, if we then have in the halving, we had 300% run up from there, then what can we expect here for 2024? This is going to be super interesting. But you see the returns, right? After the red one, here we have, you see, for example, here we only had a 57 in this year's calculation. Here we had a 71. Almost everything happened in 2018, and here we have a 64%, because some of the action happened already in 2021, right? So now we expect 2 more years, of which the next year is way stronger than this year. So let's see how this plays out. But if we would go 300 or more percent from here, then where is it here? Then we should, let's see where we end up with this, right? At where the top is, right? That we marked in. This is our top prediction, or at least my top prediction, since a long time. That would be only 220%. So a 300%er would bring us roughly to 170,000 Bitcoin if we were starting that year at this level where we are right now. That is one premise, and the other one is that we really perform as, at least in the last cycle in this year, that this year is way stronger, right? So we are going to see, but there needs to be a huge amount of money to come back into that market for this to happen. And if this happens, if something like this happens, imagine how the altcoins are going crazy, right? If Bitcoin does, this would be a 4x, right, in total. If Bitcoin 4x's, but even if it 3x's, right, to here, to 134 or something like that, or 135, the altcoins will 10, 20, 30, 50x all across the board, like the bigger ones at least 10x and so on. This is going to be really, really crazy. It's going to be wild, and I think everyone that has the first start of this bull run right now and is relatively new, they are going to be surprised how this thing will run in the in the next, let's say in the next year, throughout the entire next year. Big A, what's going on? So we will see. Which is why it's so important to take advantage of those pullbacks, right? I think it's important to point out that the DXY is already getting completely wrecked right now because of the announcement of Fed Chair Powell that they are evaluating rate cuts, and the assumption that rate cuts are happening fairly soon. So we see the DXY is now really falling exactly as we wanted, exactly as we predicted. I don't know. We are predicting this since since a very long time, right? So we see right now that we are coming back down to this crucial support line here for the DXY, for the dollar value. And usually if the dollar falls like this, traditional markets and especially risk on assets do very well. So having this line, if we extend it here, we see that this is, at least it's very important, right? A very important line of support, more or less, yeah. And if we lose that, we could be falling into into nothingness, right? So there's a long way. There is a long way after this to fall. Here would be some resistance area to fall back into these places, to where we were before, yeah. And you see that such a waterfall-like collapse marks every bull run of crypto. So this was one bull run, the 2016-17 one to 18, where we topped out here, and this one here is our last bull run. And you see, because the DXY has a double bottom, we had a double top. Yeah, so it's really that, right? And now we have come very high for the dollar again, and now we have a huge run to come. So this could be a big bull run if we are able to collapse in that way throughout the next, I mean, this would be, like I drew it in, this would be September 2024, so there is more time even to collapse. And if we lose that level, then it's going completely crazy. If we lose this level here, it's going completely crazy. Then we are off to the races, right? And there is room to this. If we crash nice and hard during 2024 on the rate cuts, then there is room for this to happen. So we will see that this will be just one more of the previous runs in Bitcoin history, and as you see from the size, this will be hard. And whoever remembers my very early videos and streams knows that I said already there, when we were in the deepest bear market, that if this such high crashes down such in that massive way, that we're going to see a very massive bull run out of Bitcoin. So many things are coming together here right now that are super interesting, and that is exactly that. We have the global liquidity coming back, we have the Bitcoin halving, we have the Bitcoin spot ETFs, and we are headed into an election year where spending is extremely high in the US, right? Yeah, what's interesting as well, let's look at the Ecomi chart. Okay, Ecomi is still not doing that much. Oops, there you go. Actually, it has a nice red day here. It came up here, and now it failed to maintain itself above this support line. So it comes back down, which was kind of expected, because we expected it to range more. Actually, we expected it to range below this level, so it came a little bit higher than expected. But really, the news that we got were not enough to make something for Ecomi. So traders are already getting a little bit out of it. The question is now if we just continue coiling up, or if we are starting to range here again, something like that. But overall, I don't see Ecomi until this Crypto XR event to go out of this range or out of these lower prices, because there's no news, the narrative is not there. So Ecomi is is seen in the niche of digital collectibles, NFTs, and maybe if someone wants to consider at the moment that there is a veveverse coming, maybe even metaverse token. So all of that is not the narrative at the moment. No one cares, right? Or have you heard in the news about Decentraland and so on in the last weeks? No one cares about that. So that is definitely true. What everyone cares about right now is AI. So if they want to have the token pump, they have to announce something with AI. Socialify, gamify, and gaming. These are the big narratives at the moment that are doing really well. This can shift over time, over the cycle, and then one by one the narratives are shifting through, all of which is hot at the moment. Like DeFi would then be hot at some time, and then NFTs and collectibles. But usually NFTs, collectibles, and so on, all that narrative gets hot when the money is flowing out of the other coins that already ran into the NFTs itself, and the prices of those NFTs are pumping, and therefore the attention goes to those NFTs. So, and this will all only happen earliest end of 2024. I don't see it happen any time sooner. Yeah, so no really big reason to be bullish on Ecomi at the moment. Excuse me, guys. Really tired, but it's a freaking Friday. So I forgot to say that in the beginning, but it is. Yeah. So this is all happening now for Veve. Yeah. Let's go quickly to Veve. Because that is ultimately that is what attracts the money, and then the price drivers. We have new winners here for the Christmas giveaway of Ecomi of Veve, and yeah, they're giving away a lot of stuff that like Gary Baseman, Golden Toby. Not too bad to have that to sell it though. Huracan STO Secret Rare, that is a good one to get on this giveaway. Stanley Ultra Rare, okay. All new Marvel Point 1 Secret Rare, that is a good one to get. Can't wait to pay a 20% fees on my Veve NFTs. Did they increase? Oh, you mean with the selling, with the 8.5% of selling and then 10%. Yeah, that is true, but 20% on massive gain would still be good if there were then these gains. Yeah, still be good, but it hurts. So yeah, let's see. Nick Fury, USPS Mariachi SR, not the thing that you really want. Little Prince on the Moon, that is even worse, because it's not an SR. Dragon Girl Golden, that is good to get. JP30 John Hammond Kane. So I have no idea, I think, what that is. So let's go to that I will show in a second. Let's go to Stacker quickly to see what that is. What did I say? What it is? JP30. No collectibles. Okay. Then it is John Hammond Kane. Okay, John Hammond. Okay, so then let's see. Collectibles none. So is that a comic or what is that? John Hammond's Kane. Okay. Is it this one? I have no idea. Good morning. Besnick says, good morning. I won the Sports Rabbit Cheval X my ID on Veve. Can I search for users? Cheval X. Okay. No, users. Maybe I don't know if you're. By the way, guys, this is important. Everyone, I don't know if you've seen that, but Stacker is not in the whitelist and waitlist mode anymore. So every one of you guys can use it now. So, you want the sports rabbit collectible. Why is this search bar not finding anything? Rabbit. There's the rabbit, but where's the... Okay, let's Ubisoft. Maybe it finds for Ubisoft. No? No? Okay. Go. How do I find this now? Isn't it written like this? Yeah, I have no idea how to find this rabbit. But yeah, congratulations, Basnik. Mandy says, hey, can you review about Gari token? It's Indian largest streaming platform with 200 million downloads. There are so many people that want a review on the Gari token. I think that needs to happen, but let me do my research first, and then we will do it. Yeah. But I mean, sounds good if India is attracted to this. So yeah, analytics of Veve or Veve Marketplace. By the way, we are not done yet with this here. But okay, I have no idea what JP30 is. It doesn't work on Stacker. And yeah, Cheval X is here, the last one actually, with a sports rabbit. I know what that is. That's the Ubisoft rabbits, right? The secret rare. It's also a very good one to get. Humilities commented here. Rigged. I entered all 15 ways of winning and nothing. He has still 9 more days, so there are still 90 more winners being drawn after this, so it should be fine for him. So let's see what else is coming out. Oh, by the way, guys, don't forget, today is the Star Wars drop, the Star Wars comic drop on Veve. So there is another of these modern comics. Not too excited about this one, to be honest. Then yesterday they had the collectors chat for the Return of the Jedi comic. Only 238 people tuned in. They had technical issues on the first try. Yeah, this is the comic that we're getting today, and it has a special mechanic. Oh, that okay. John Hammond's cane, isn't that the Jurassic Park cane with the mosquito in the? Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that okay. I thought that's an article, but it wasn't. It's a video breakdown. You can watch it yourself. Yeah, Ecomi posted about how to transfer OMI from L1 to L2. So there is a video introduction to this. They dropped the James Bond. It obviously didn't sell out, even though it was only 20 gems, but hey, who knows. There are some collectors though that did part in this drop, and yeah, and hit something, and we're going to get this comic. They forgot to mention when this drops in blind box, I think. Oh no, it was waitlist open, it already dropped. This one here had a very interesting no, that's the uncommon, so that's the rare, I think. Very interesting, funny rare. I like these little like baby cartoon figures of the Avengers and of the Marvel characters. They look really funny. I don't know if the Marvel Mighties are inspired on these or so, but yeah, they are really cool. Yeah, that's the new announcements here from Veve. Nothing too big, so let's see what they can announce after the events that we have right now. And today I will keep it a little bit shorter, Purple Llama says, oh, that was already this one. Okay, so the cane. So if we look for the cane, maybe we find no. Then let's look for Jurassic. Also nothing. How is this possible? So I think the search function does not really work. And again, we have a search bar topic. So yeah, can I go from this maybe to? That's the series name, but yeah, no chance. Yeah, collections. So unfortunately I cannot look for that, but we can see one more thing, and that is what has pumped. So today Black Panther Ultra Rare has done a 1 point, or has almost doubled. On the week it's still the Throg. I don't know how, but I think it was so low that there was seller exhaustion on the rare. And yeah, overall these completely random collectibles did pump quite a bit over the last month. But guys, that is, I don't want to just randomly blubber here. I hope you liked today's stream. Guys, it's the weekend. Have a nice weekend. I will be productive on this weekend. Don't forget to tune in on Sunday at 9 p.m. CET for the altcoin stream, where we are going to discuss all different altcoins. I will try to make another altcoin video. Maybe we are going to review the Gari token, but I still have some others on the list for making a analysis video for, like Miria, for example. And yeah, but don't forget to tune in to shill the altcoins there. The series name is Jurassic Park 30 anniversary. Yeah, but even if you put in Jurassic, it doesn't show up. Yeah, it doesn't show up if you put in Jurassic. So anyways, next time we will do some more analysis on collectibles as well. But overall, yeah, make sure to join there when we are going to put another $50 into that community portfolio, and we're evaluating how it's going with our small money, big dreams portfolio. That is on Sunday, the stream. Other than that, there will be videos coming out, obviously, and on Monday we are back with Crypto Morning Coffee, unless there is something so huge happening on the weekend that I will do an out of the ordinary coffee, but usually I don't. So smash up the like buttons if you like that. Subscribe to the channel, tick the little bell to always get notified. Don't forget to become a rare hodler if you want to support me in a non-free way. And wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. And I see you in the next